family. It's getting warmed up for Friday. Week in review. How's everybody doing? Jarvis Dunn is first in class. The Galactic Human, as always. Who else is in the building? I can't help it. Sometimes it's something like you just cannot help. See? Like an addiction. It's all in the mind. See? That's one of the things we got to transcend. Take control of that mind. Take control of your energy and your being. This strategy doesn't work. You try another strategy. That doesn't work. You try another strategy. You developing your spiritual muscles. Right? Rest in peace. The GOAT, Michael Jackson. See? We had all the Michaels. Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. That was when our rise. See? 1985, Big Brother was on the rise. But see, we out of time right now. We have a detour. Put us on a whole different timeline. We're supposed to be on a whole different level, people. But we're going to circle back, though. Sometimes that's what we do. We take detours in life, right? You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know you're supposed to be about the kingdom first. See? But you want to play. That's okay. We could play around for a little while, learn little side lessons. Shalom Wadu. Let's shout out our cities really quick. How's everybody doing this Friday? I need to see who's in the building right now. Shout out your cities. Let's go. Bronx is in the house. Los Angeles, the Carolinas, Phoenix, Memphis, Houston, Dallas, Oakland. I was just about to say, where's Georgia? Hampton is right down the street. That's what's up. You need to be coming to the event. No excuse. You right here in Georgia, people flying out all over the world. Where you at? We're going to talk about that, staying on the frequency in this evolutionary leap. Can't do it. Can't keep your spirit and your energy on a certain level if it's always being brought down by being around mundane people, mundane energy. Oxford, Mississippi. Alaska's in the building. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for those who are new, my name is Naazir Ra, author of The Hidden Self, The Hidden Power, and the Access Codes Design, How to Ascend Through Thought. And I need you to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, you've been watching for a few weeks or a few months, you haven't subscribed, just subscribe. Okay? That'll give you ability to click the notification bell. And now you're notified whenever I go live on YouTube. And pretty much that's the meat of it right now, going live on YouTube and pretty much snippets from the members area. Snippets from the members area. So whenever you catch me live, that's a treat. That's an absolute treat. So in our last video, we talked about the leaked Illuminati agenda. Why humanity must stay spiritually oppressed. You see, pretty much our belief system is the same that we had thousands of years ago. The masses, that is. I'm not talking about, you know, those people who are on an accelerated track, right, to escape through those gateways. See, there's gateways that take place that allow beings to escape. We're living in a gateway right now. It's a glorious time. This is the real rapture. But pretty much you following the same stuff people did 2,000 years ago. You mean to tell me it ain't no different? You ever ask a preacher that, say, wow, how is this different from what they worship, 2,000 years ago when Jesus was around? How is this different? How did it evolve? Because according to what I see in nature, everything gets better. It evolves. It gets faster, smarter, more advanced, right? What they say in physical science, or should I say life science, all living things grow and develop. That's one of the hallmarks that makes something alive. It's not growing. It's not developing. It's not changing. It's dead, right? It's dead, okay? We have to stop relying on these dead individuals. Jesus is dead. He's not here. Muhammad is not here. Moses not here. Alexander, what was his name? With the Hebrews, Abraham, they all dead. You see, you need a true and living teacher and God here in the flesh, in the trenches with you, walking with you. That's how you know you're dealing with life, right? A dead person, you can only study their trajectory in their life. And it stops because it's dead. They on to something else, even if they even existed in the first place, which is irrelevant. The bottom line is you're not dealing with a true and living God. Dead worship the dead. That's why Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. Dead people deal with everything dead because that's their frequency. Dead information, fear, which leads to death. Fear is a child of ignorance because you fear what you don't know. I can go on and on, people. Read between the lines. You know where you need to be. So like I said, today we're going to talk about the 26-year evolutionary cycle or jump or gateway, whatever you want to call it. It's an opportunity and it's natural. It's based on the precession of the equinox of our galaxy, how we rotate, right? Just like a journey. You're on a ship. You're on some type of vehicle. You come through times and places in the universe or places out sea where the waters are choppy. You go through places where it's warm, where it's cold. Sometimes it's icebergs. Sometimes like places towards the North Pole, you get in Alaska, it's dark for 3 months straight. There's no light. It stays dark for 3 months. And on the flip side, it stays daytime for 3 months. My point is this. Our galaxy revolves around, should I say, our solar system revolves around the Milky Way. And we come into different phases and different parts of the galaxy that are inundating us with certain energy, subtle energy that affects your DNA. This is why 2012 was the end of time. I told you we out of time, right? We out of time, people. Watch. Before we move forward, I need you to like the video, smash that like sign right now, and let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. So how does this work? We're going to go into that. But quick reminders, really quick. The scholarship, this is scholarship week, not just the weekend. For the next 7 days, you're going to join for a scholarship. When you click the join button, you're going to be amazed at what it is. And that's your gift because we're shutting down Hidden Power University September 1st. School going to really start September 1st for us, right? So we shut that down, and then we're going to go ahead and just really focus on the members area and give people sneak peeks on YouTube. Next is one slot is left for the event. Only one slot is left for that. I was holding it for somebody. I had to go ahead and release that. So it's now open. Whoever members want to come out to that event. Shout out to that person in Hampton, Georgia. All right. So also members, make sure that you download your textbook so that you can follow through with the course that's at hand right now, which is Kundalini Science and DNA Ascension, which is tying exactly what we're talking about right now. DNA Ascension. Okay. So really quick, I wanted to do this. Someone sent me I guess a comment in the feed about who created God. Man created God or God created man. And I just want to read a little bit and clear things up because I believe other people may have had this same question. And I'm summarizing. It was kind of long, but he says, there can be no effect without a cause. If you really think about it, because if we created God, where do we come from? Who invented the ape or the fish? Or did the animals just come out of thin air or just pop out of the dirt? Of course not. This is why you have to really listen clearly. I said the concept, the idea. Everything is a concept and idea in your brain, right or wrong? Right. The concept of God would not exist, right, if we didn't exist to have it in our brain. It's a concept. If no one ever told you about it, it wouldn't exist in your universe. It would be something else. You follow me? And still, he, and they use he or she, right, was not God until they created us. Therefore, in creating us, he becomes God. He said in this, we worship him, right? That's one of the definitions of a God. They worship. They have a creation. Okay? So creation makes God possible, especially in the minds of sentient beings who have the ability to even fathom the concept. But it's only when we believe. This is why it's so big in Christianity. Believe all of the, those faith-based religions. You got to believe. If you don't believe, it ain't going to work. You have to believe. Therefore, in that belief, it becomes true. You give that entity the power. If I believe that this is magic potion, okay, with all my heart and soul, that it'll cure every disease, and I drink this, will it work? Well, according to science, there's something called the placebo effect. If you believe the doctor and his sugar pill, these are scientific studies that have been demonstrated over and over and over again. It's undeniable how powerful the placebo effect is. My eldest son was like, Dad, that's true. I just read an article on that. They're finding out now that placebos work better than medicine, or just as good as the medicine. See? This is why they make pills look a certain way. There's a reason why they color certain things blue and pink. That's all food coloring. Blue and pink and pale and white. Typically when it's the, cure pain or whatever, it's white. All of these things are for a purpose, people. Not to say everything is placebo, but I'm saying placebo is real. And if you believe you're on the planet, they believe in Mickey Mouse. Folks casting out demons in the name of Mickey Mouse, right? Throughout the boundless galaxies and universes, there's different belief systems, right? It's not necessarily true or false. It's true in their belief. But the reality is placebo effect. That's the broad umbrella that catches all of it. Oh, it's because of your belief. That's why you must believe. This whole COVID thing is about what you believe, who you choose to follow, and who you choose to obey. Who you choose to what? Obey. See, once you get disconnected so much, this is why the educational system is really a form of really preparing you for mind control. Because you're taught to follow rules, follow instructions, follow rules, follow instructions, protocol. You have to do this robotic stuff. Just preparing you, right, to seek out these external authorities that you serve, worship, and obey. This is what worship means, who you obey, who you listen to. What do most people listen to when it comes to this whole scamdemic, right? Shout out to YouTube. They listening. They got robots. They got technology listening to words, right? You say certain words, it zooms in. Okay, let's monitor this video. So I'm going to call it a scamdemic. Who do most people listen to and obey? The masses. And I'm not even going to say the masses. It's giving them too much credit. It's about only 50% of the population that's really gobbling this stuff up. You see? Only about half. It's like almost split down the middle. A lot of people follow along with stuff because they're trying to get their groceries and things of this nature. They want to go on vacation. Let me do this right here. It's stupid, but come on. We gotta do what we gotta do. So don't think as many people are falling for the okie doke as you see. Not to get off on that, but it's a great example that it's not about a mask. It's not about a vaccine. It's not about COVID or coronavirus. It's all about what do you believe and who will you choose to follow. This is the last days of revelation. You see? I'll give you an example. Why are you so worried about whether I get the vaccine? You just get it and believe in that and go about your hokey-dory way. Why are you so worried about me wearing a mask? Wear yours. Protect yourself. More power to you. Because the science of the matter is this. If you get the vaccine or not, you still can spread the virus. Research it yourself. You get that vaccine, number one, it's not even 100% chance it's going to work. But say you get it. Oh, I'm vaccinated. I don't got to wear a mask. You rubbing elbows with people and things of this nature. You still spreading it. You can still have that virus proliferating in your being and spreading it to other people just as much as somebody who doesn't. You see? The vaccine will help you, keep you from spreading it. My point is this. Articles, how unvaccinated people are the biggest threat to the pandemic. It's mental, people. It is all mental. In England, they putting people on curfew. You can't even come out your house to walk in the woods all by yourself. No, you can't do that. You can't do all things. It just does not make sense. Because some people are just, and it's not even spiritual, people. I mean, everything is spiritual, but some of this stuff is intellect and consciousness, if you will. Just common sense. You should smell that shit is fishy. You see? But who you serve and obey? Who do you serve and obey? So God becomes God because we allow him to become. It's almost like the powers that be that rule. The government rules by consent of the people. That's why they're the government. They have power because most people give them that power and prop that up. So now they got the power. You see, we believe in it. We consent. We allow it. We submit to it. You see, I can even use the kingship in ancient Kemet. The only reason why the Pharaoh ruled is because the throne pushed him up and support him. The throne is Orset. The throne also represents the masses of people. We the people, right? Consensual government. All of this stuff goes back to Kemet. So the people consented to that. The great mother, Orset, her symbol is the throne. It's an actual chair. What does a chair do? It supports you and lifts you up. You see what I'm saying? So the same applies to God. People who believe that support that and lift it up. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be some foolishness. If you support it and lift it up, it's true. And it wields power in your reality. That's a fact. I don't care if it's Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, whatever you worship. Okay? So shout out to that person. I don't remember the name, but that was a great question. And that's one that they have to tackle in the church when they even allow you to ask questions. I say the concept. According to the Bible, God is a man. And you use the word he. He denotes a male human being. Came down from heavens to smell the what? The sacrifice. How are you going to smell if you don't even have a nose, if you're spiritual? God walking in the cool of the day. Where are you, Adam? That means he has eyes. He's looking. I can go on and on and on. But let's move forward with more advanced and important things. We should know that it's more to it than that. So anyway, this week in review, we had boomerang cycles. Everything goes in cycles. This 26,000 year procession of the equinox is a cycle. You have to understand cycles. Right now, I'm in a cycle, a completion of a cycle. You could tell where certain things start to end. It means you're going to another cycle. It's not necessarily things end, things transform and take another form, right? It takes another form, things in your life. It could be going away to college. It could be buying your first home, which is a huge investment. You have to learn about taxes and repairs and roof and structure and all of these things. Buying a home, getting married, right? Having a child. All of these things are completions of cycle. Also promotion, drastic promotions, change of life, moving. You're completing a cycle in life. And I go into this unleash your hidden power. Also in King Me, we talk about King Me 2, we talk about some pharaonic information about how you start to decode cycles. It's very important that you decode cycles. Everybody has cycles. If you're a woman, you have your menstrual cycle. If you're a man and a husband, right? You have a woman, you have to understand her cycles. See? Top alkaline foods, we talked about that. I hope you're taking heed to that and eating your alkaline foods. Don't forget that. And make sure you're drinking your alkaline water and using your Power pH by Alkaline Supreme to alkalize and remineralize your water. There's a certain water filtration system you should have in your home. You don't have to. You could do the bottled waters, but just know and understand that you are taking in xenoestrogens, right? Excreted through the plastic bottles. Excuse me one sec. So get that in place. That's in Unleash Your Hidden Power, along with the proper air filtration in your home. Just a lot of information, basic information you need to keep your energy up and not leaked out. Okay. We did a video on ultimate mind control that's hidden in plain sight. That ties into that whole belief thing. Okay. You ever ask yourself, if you really listen with a critical eye, if the news tells you this is what the experts say, who said they're expert? They're expert. I don't know this person. What's their name? What's their degrees? And if you know anything about science, scientists disagree. So how are all the experts saying the right thing? The same thing. Even in psychology, you have Freudian psychology. You have the school of Carl Jung. You have behavioralism. You have Pavlov and his behavioralism and cognitivism and all of this stuff. Psychoanalysis. Everybody's different school of thought, and everything agrees like that. They don't even understand the virus. How is everybody gonna say the same thing? Who says you're an expert? And why should I believe you? You ever ask yourself, why do you believe what they're saying on that screen? What credentials, other than mere fact that you program, right? That a person that gets a certain degree that they telling the truth. No, that means they completed a certain amount of coursework and they were good at a pony show. They dressed the part. They talked the part. And they rattled off everything everybody else is saying. In academia, you can't go against, the status quo of what is believed to be true. You see, especially if it starts to contradict the agenda of this Illuminati, these beings that rule this realm pretty much. You're going to automatically, that's pseudoscience. He's a quack, right? You get written off. The interesting thing about it is science, it claims to be so, empirical, based on facts and, no beliefs, right? Well, the same thing they do in religion. It's the same thing. In science, if you go against anything as a status quo, you get banished, right? The same way they did in the Enlightenment, right? When they had all of these scientific breakthroughs about Copernicus and Newton and all of this stuff, gravity, physics, the laws of physics, movement of objects through space. They was trying to kill them, the church. See? Same thing happened in the church with these particular hidden texts. After they edited the Bible, you get caught with any other book that they didn't approve in that Bible, they'll kill you and burn you. They burn you, get all your books, drag you out your house, get all your books, burn you and your books in the street. Christians did that. Followers of Jesus. Someone said black is supreme race. You got a lot of work to do. The proof is in the pudding. You got to show me something better than that. I don't talk about pyramids either. That shit is old. What you building now? Huh? Anyway, inside the members area, we have some videos too. I have a whole new series or a whole new section called Naazir Ra Out and About. And I just decided a lot of times information hits me at odd times out the blue. And I got to record it on my phone and get it down. And sometimes I record it in the form of a video. So some tell me, let me just put all of it down while it's hot, right? While it's hot off the griddle, put it right on and put it in the members area. So that's a new series. I think we have 2 videos in that area so far. Powerful. One was how to navigate with right perception, the winds of resistance. Powerful. The winds of resistance. Oh, man. I try to keep these videos short. I could talk for 20 minutes on that. The wind, right? Wind. What is wind? Ruha, the breath, right? That's spirit. Spirits of resistance. God blew into man the wind or the breath of life, right? And the spirit of God blew over the waters. Wind. What is wind? Next, we did a video on how and when to start your day. You see how I take things that are profound and then I go ahead and give you something very basic, because Hidden Power University is the full circle for enlightenment. It's the full circle for your ascension. I'm not going to keep your heads in the clouds. You need to know when and how to start your day as well. Basic information, practical information that you could use. See? And people see your life turning around and say, wow, that metaphysics. No, it's actually very practical information. It's self-help. You should check it out. You should check it out. So there's a certain way you should start your day and a certain time you start your day. And it's not what you think. Also, we started our new course for this semester, which is Kundalini Science and DNA Ascension. We have session 1 is up right now. Members, make sure you get that in place. Make sure you watch that video and follow along with your textbook. Those courses are designed to follow along with the textbook. There's no images or anything. Everything is in the textbook, full color, right? And it's downloadable. It's a PDF file, okay? Now, let's talk about this 26,000-year cycle. The 26,000-year cycle is it's called the precession of the equinoxes. And what it is we live on a disc-shaped galaxy called the Milky Way. And it spins just like a Merkaba, okay? It almost looks like a flying saucer, right? When you turn it to a certain angle, right? Vertically. But we exist in our galaxy, or should I say our solar system is in the outer rims of the Milky Way. So we have a very long, precession of the equinoxes because we're at the outer rim of what you call on this planet the Milky Way, called many other things, but let's just say Milky Way. So this is why our evolution takes a certain speed, and this is why we're considered children. Okay, this planet in this particular area of the galaxy is very young. Okay, a lot of beings already ascended to the Ethereal level. Okay, higher density levels, but we're like babies. See, partially because of how far out our particular solar system and our star, to be exact, is the age of our star. This is how you know how evolved a species is, the age of their star. Anyway, we live on a main sequence yellow star, right, which gives birth to beings with brown skin, melanin, Okay, different color stars give birth to different forms of pigmentation and stature, height, and bone density, a lot to that. But every time we revolve in this precession of the equinox, and it revolves, I should say, you come across areas of the galaxy that have certain energies. It's almost like astrology. Okay, you're talking about being under these stars and how their subtle energies influence us. Well, these subtle energies that we're going into now are influencing us on a DNA level. This is partially what you see with the Mandela effect. Research Mandela effect. It'll blow your wig back all the way. You're going to have to get a weave. You're going to have to weave it in and wear a wig because it's crazy. Mandela effect. Okay. Also, the mere fact that we're changing. We're changing. We're not the same. Babies are born with their eyes open. Their eyes are open in the womb. And there's just a lot to that. The bottom line is, in Revelation, it talks about a rapture, right? Those who are going to be caught up in the rapture, in the spirit, right? Or the Christos, or the Christ. And the rapture is being taken up. It's an ascension, but it's not what you think. It's not like your body's going to fly up. It's all metaphysical. It's spiritual, quote unquote, if you will. And certain beings are going to just have a quantum evolution to another form, right? And get off the track of the form that you are artificially being deceived into becoming. You're being artificially manipulated and deceived to lose your soul and become pretty much a drone, right? Your whole soul completely devoured out and become an empty shell, which is the second death, which is the loss of your soul. The loss of your soul. We're going to talk about that. So the powers that be already know about this session of the equinox. They know what's coming. They know there's a great potential that they're going to lose some cattle. Hence, right, the word Gentile or Goyim in Hebrew means cattle. Okay? So they want to minimize their escapees. They know people going to get away. They know everybody. You can't fool all the people all the time, right? You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool all the people all the time. You see? And what I'm seeing is they're not being very successful. A lot of people, they got to follow the script of being a freaking drone. But in the back of their mind, they're like, man, this is some bull. This is stupid. But we're going to go along with it. And you don't never know how ignorant the person next to you is. So you just, out of respect, come down and be ignorant, right? Just let me fit in over here. You see, it's almost like you have a secret handshake. You got sense? Right? Yeah, I got sense. This bullshit. Yeah. It's crazy. So, yes, hit the like button. Shalom Wadu. Thank you for reminding people to do that. So when you talk about these rollouts of the new variants, they got the Delta, the Alpha, the Beta, the Lambda variant, all of these variants, right? And you ask yourself, what is it all for? We know this stuff is orchestrated, or you should know. But if you don't know, then that's not your reality. It could be real for you. But what is it for? Why? I mean, what's the point? Someone say it's to make money through vaccines. They already own, they got all the money. They have machines to print money. They own gold mines. They own the whole planet, people. Pretty much. And you too, your flesh. So it can't be about money. Is it about control? They're already controlling most people. Anytime they slap down a law, you better follow that law. They lock your butt up. See, this is why we got to be bearing arms. See, the liberals trying to take up your arms and get you to be a drone and things of this nature. You better believe we're going to bear some arms in here today. Right? So it's not about control. People already control. It's about power. They got power. Resources, they have all the resources. What is it all about? But in many ways, it's still about these things: control, money, power, and resources. But that's not the source of what they're really after. That's not the essence of why they do what they do. You see, it's for control, it's for money, for power. But why? Okay. The real source is psychic nourishment. This is why I say some people, Naazir, you going a little too far teaching Luciferianism. Didn't I tell you I'm Alpha and Omega? Didn't I tell you we ain't leaving no stone unturned? I told you 4 years ago we're going to go to the dark side. Those who are walking with me, where are you at? You see? How you going to walk all the time and never turn dark? It got to turn dark. We're going to talk about the raccoons and the foxes and the possums and all that other stuff that exists at night. Why not? So we're going to talk about the dark side, right? You want to be successful. How you not going to study the religion of your enemy? Luciferianism, that's what they are. You stupid. And that's what they're banking on, that you stay away from that, because they don't want you to know what they know. So they hide it in an evil looking book. Ha, Negroes will never open this book. Stupid motherfuckers. Always scared. Scared. That's one thing about African Americans. Negroes be scared. Be scared. Y'all got to give up that fear. I ain't gonna learn how to swim. Don't you go down there. Like, come on. They did a job on us, but we turning around here at Hidden Power University. All of these things is to devour your soul. It's to devour the most precious and the most divine part of you. The part of you that's like God. It's to devour your will. Your individuality as a sentient being. Right? Your cognitive energy. Your discernment energy. It sounds a little out there, but you could feed off of somebody's psychic energy. It's called psychic vampires. We talk about it in mental parasite self-defense. These beings are parasites. Why do you think in the Bible, like, even ask about, the devil? What the hell do you want? You ever want to interview the devil? All right, B, what do you want? Why are you acting a fool? You rich. You the most beautiful angel. You an angel. You could never die. What do you want from me? Yeah, I know I got all that, but I want to fuck with you. You see, I want to mess with your mind. That's more precious to me than all the jewels, is to see how I could pretty much devour your soul. Can't buy that. That's worth, and everybody's different. I want to devour your soul. In the ancient Gnostic text, there's a being known as Yaldabaoth. And Yaldabaoth is the original concept of what you would call evil, quote unquote. And according to the mythology, he's the aborted fetus of an illegal or non-consensual creation. The divine feminine wanted to create something of her own, right? Without the consent of the divine masculine. So this being was created, right? That was a monster. And she was ashamed of what she did. Ashamed. So she banished this particular being into 3 levels of darkness and gave him his own realm. And he was alone. This is why Islam constantly say, I am alone. I'm one. I'm the most powerful. I'm alone. I'm one. Gnostic text, there was a voice that came from up high. You are not alone. You are blind. You are blind. But he was cut off from the Father. Lucifer story again. And he began to create his own realm of beings to worship him. Starting to sound like God. But he was malfigured and distorted and lacked. It was unnatural. You see? So what happens is it gets deep with this, with the whole Christ energy and redemption and all of this. How other angels got trapped in this realm. My point is this, people. You're dealing with demiurge entities, Yao the breath entities, principalities of quote unquote darkness. And in order for them to be a god, they have to have people beneath them. He can go but so far. What happens if you start to evolve past him? Then he can't be God anymore. You follow me? Ancient Babylon, man is creating a tower. Right? It's symbolic of progress. People were cooperating, building. God came down and said, I don't like this. Destroyed the tower and confounded the language. Said people begin to babble, which is a false statement. They just slipped that in, right? They called it Babylon because people began to babble. Are you serious? You talking about the ancient world? They was using the word babble. You a fool if you believe that. No, they put that in there because they didn't want you to research what the word Babylon means. If you go back to ancient Iraq, the word Babylon comes from the root word Bab, which means doorway. To what? El. You making a doorway to God. It was a stargate. Bab, door, to Elion, right? Which means the Most High. You making a stargate. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna shut that down. It also gives you a clue of who these gods are. Why would you want to make everybody disagree and have arguments and can't communicate? God? I'm just asking a question. I might want to join your church. But I had a few questions, right? I thought you was a God of unity and love thy neighbor. Nah. Y'all gonna be fighting each other. Y'all better wake up. Now, so it's an ego. And just like I said to the gentleman or young lady who wrote this comment on my feed about, God created man. If you don't have no worshipers, you ain't no God. Just like everybody talking about, I'm the boss chicken, boss this, boss. Okay, where's your employees? If you the only one calling yourself the boss, I don't know what kind of boss is that. You need to have a group of people that listen to you, right or wrong. A boss gets served. You obey your boss. Am I right or absolutely right? Or your ass get fired. That's a boss. A person who allows people to keep their job or they lose their job, and who you obey and listen to. See? But in this case, with the Most High, with a God or whatever, if nobody worships him and nobody calls him that, then he's not God anymore. This is why he's so jealous. How you gonna be jealous if there ain't no other God but you? So it's an urgency, people. You got to get your vaccine. You better get your vaccine. You see? It's almost like mind-blowing if that don't raise no red flag. People kicking down your door, tackling you, giving you the vaccine. Can't be nothing good. You giving it away like that. Right? Shout out to my... No, I ain't going to say it. You giving it away like that, it can't be good. So it's a Luciferian energy. I call them soul suckers. They speakers of lies. In hip hop, we call a person a sucker MC. Only thing they do is bite, right? They copy, and that's what this beast does: copy and bite and flip it for your demise. You're gonna take your swag. What they do? What is his name? Juvenile. Juvenile made some old, rap song about, he had the song, "You a big fine girl, once you back that ass up, back it up, back that ass up," right? He flipped it and said, "You're gonna vax that ass up." You're going to vax that ass up. But anyway, part of the glory is this, people, if you want to call it that. It just levels the playing ground. Everybody's bound by the same immutable laws. Everybody's bound by the same immutable laws. It's all, the universe is mental. It's all in the mind. Reciprocity. Okay. Certain ones you can transcend, other ones, it is what it is. And the most powerful one is mentalism. Mentalism. My whole discourse on this whole idea of God exists in the mind, that's a universal law. It's mentalism. Nah, it's not in the mind, Naazir. This is real. Okay. Well, if I crack your head open, everything that is taking place that you see, hear, touch, taste, and smell are nothing but chemicals and sparks of electricity in your brain. Energy comes in through these windows you call eyes. It goes into a computer processor and gives you your reality. Right or absolutely right. And if you didn't have a brain and a head, someone cracked you in the head hard enough, it will fuck with your reality because you'll be in a coma. You either be in a coma or glitching, amnesia. You will have some serious problems decoding the reality. Peace and love, and give thanks for the generous donation. The galactic human, light and love to you. Light and love to you. So it's all in the mind. Nothing lasts forever in the same form with the same function. Nothing lasts forever in the same form, carrying on the same function. Everything changes, evolves. All living things grow and develop. And I have an advanced concept for you. Everything down to a rock is alive. The air is alive, right? Everything is alive. Things are actually growing and developing. It's always changing form, right? There's gender even down to the atom. You have your what? Your electrons have a certain negative charge. Your protons, positive charge. That's a form of gender. They have their own level of consciousness. If you are a sentient being and you have consciousness, how in the world can you be built of bricks that are not conscious cells, and all of a sudden they come together as consciousness? Huh? How can cells not be conscious? And if cells are conscious and they are bodies within themselves, then the proteins, the enzymes, all of the amino acids, fats, and lipids, correct, that exist in the cell, they have a consciousness of their own. And when they come together, they build the consciousness of the cell. A whole bunch of cells come together. You have a consciousness of what? A tissue. All the tissue come together. You have a consciousness of an organ. Organs come together. You have the consciousness of an organism. But it's all conscious. It's all alive. That's why when you wash your car, you ever notice your car runs better? Like, damn, only thing I did was wash the car, it's riding smoother. Is this all in the mind? Car talk back to you, be like, absolutely. That's how you know when we talk about our ancestors, they used to walk through the forest, talking to the trees, talking to the birds, right? The ground talking to them. When you get to this level, I'm telling you, the information you're getting right now at this transmission is taking your mind to the next level. And I personally guarantee you, you're going to see fruit of this in your life. You're going to see evidence in your life. You're going to have a time you're going to feel chills. You're like, oh my God, Naazir was just talking about this. Brother's the truth. I'm not tooting my horn. I'm just saying that it's a fact because I'm listening too. See, I'm listening too. This stuff don't come from me. It comes through me. Get a car wash. Freaking drunk driving better. Bearing witness right now. Badass kids. Just some of y'all gonna laugh at this. Badass little boys especially. Get them a haircut. Like, dang. How the haircut, now you acting a little bit better now. Right or wrong? My boys start getting off the chain. I'd be like, we gotta get these haircuts. They get a little off the chain, boy. Give them haircuts. Now they calm down a little bit. How is that? Why is that? How does that work? See? Plants and things of this nature. You take care of your plants. You talk to your plants, right? You talk blessings on your possessions. Damn right I love my car. I love my girls. You see, they take me to where I want to go and they support me. I love my cars. I take care of them. You see, you're always going to have oil in you. I'm always going to take care. I love you. You see, therefore it treats you right. Stop having your car all junky. I know I'm everywhere. Take care of your stuff. Make your stuff clean. Make your stuff fresh. And it will serve you because it has a consciousness of its own. It's an extension of you. You see, it's an extension of you. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Anyway, however, to make this leap, you must be aware. You ain't going to make it not being aware. Your eyes must be open. And you must know the truth. That's the only way you're going to be free. Your eyes have to be open. Didn't I tell you that Genesis and Revelation are related? Because back in Genesis, the same thing happened. As in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. They bit the apple and their eyes were open. You will know the truth and your eyes will be open. You see? And that is what sets you free. That gives you freedom. It's nothing. I don't think there's anything more profound than sublime freedom. 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 Just think about just a freedom, right? Total freedom. You could fly to the Andromeda galaxy right now. You could transform into a bird right now. You could be, do, or have anything right now. Freedom. That's what it's about. It's about that freedom. Free your dome. Free your mind. See, this is what we teach here at Hidden Power University. How you free your mind? You first of all, it's going to be in steps. You can't just totally free your mind all at once. You got to go through the steps. You see, you got to go through steps. There's degrees to this. See, you have to stay focused on your intent. You have to stay focused on your spiritual walk and your journey and really know where you're going and not be detoured. Like you're on a road, it's a detour. It's a fake detour, right? Or be distracted. These smoke screens, all this stuff going on. The reason why while all this is going on, people seeing UFOs everywhere. What is really going on? So you must stay strong in your intent to make this leap, right? And your strength comes with unity. Your strength comes with being around other conscious people. Things like this is good, going live and you're tuning in and you're able to have a form of interaction. But what if we were all in the same room? What if we all lived in a certain level of proximity? How powerful would that be? I tell you all the time, people moving down here like crazy. I told you to come down. If you would have got a house in Georgia 4 years ago, say you bought a $250,000 house, just 4 years ago, you would have made almost $200,000 just in equity. Prices are skyrocketing. Georgia has some of the lowest cost of living in anywhere in the country. Right? You would have came up. Why you think every time I'm on the inside the members area, oh, I'm going to a closing. Oh, another one. Anyway. Stay submerged in this information. Watching these YouTube videos is good. That's a good way of saying, staying on the frequency. So salute to that. That's the baby level. Getting your books. We have Hidden Power, the Hidden Self, Access Codes Design, and of course, the most powerful Fourth Density, How to Ascend Through Thought. They all come with DVDs. I always have to laugh when I say DVDs. A brother got on me talking about, ain't nobody watching DVDs. Well, if you want to get the information, you better get yourself a DVD player. See? DVD. Absolutely. Home study courses, that's good. That's good as well. Next level, which I say more like a adolescent level, is becoming a member. And like I said, it's scholarship week for the next 7 days. You're going to get a huge scholarship. You'll see when you click that join button, and you get all the benefits of that. And this is also a great time for people whose membership may have lapsed. This is your chance to become a member again, reinstate your membership. So that's 7 days. And then the adult level is, yeah, you're a member, but you consistently come out to our events. You know people by name because they're coming out all the time. You're coming out all the time. You start to form relationships. And it clicked to me. I said, Naazir, people have to form relationships first. They got to be consistent with following these instructions first before they really want to commit to, coming to this part of the country, right? Coming down here to Georgia. So that's what it is. It's a process. It's a process. And I give thanks for all of those people, and I admire you for stepping up to your power, and it will pay off. It will pay off. Because that's like the highest level. You see, every time you interact with somebody, it's an exchange of energy. See, and most of the time, the person that has more of the masculine energy and has a high frequency and amplitude of their energy, meaning they're powerful, they will actually feed you. You see, they'll infect you. You get powerful by the law of resonance and the proximity of that individual. So when you get a lot of people that's like that, it becomes like a huge mothership. It becomes like a star. Because all your individual Merkabas, I'm speaking spiritually and energetically right now, all your individual Merkabas are like spinning wheels. But these spinning wheels begin to become in resonance with each other and sync up. And it becomes one huge Merkaba, right? This is the wheels within the wheel. And there's a lot of information to that. Don't want to get too deep. But this is partially what creates the New Jerusalem or the congregation. And when you create that, everything just goes to the next level. You don't have to fly away to another galaxy or fly up to heaven. You bring heaven on earth, right? You manifest things in your reality. It would be like you're in a whole nother place. See, frequency-wise, you are. See, this is what comes with that abundance, that love, that healing, that power. You see? It's all coming, people. It's all coming. So as I close, quick reminders once again. Scholarship week ends on 8/13, August 13th, which is going to be Friday the 13th. See, Friday the 13th. How many people got some crazy plan for Friday the 13th? One slot is left for the event. Those who want to come out to that, I released once. I was actually sold out, but I was holding for somebody, so they can't make it. So that's open. Also, members, make sure you get your textbook and watch the first session of Kundalini Ascension, Secret Alchemy of the Kundalini and DNA Ascension. Forgive me, it's getting late. Forgive me. So that's it for now, people. I'm going to entertain 2 questions and I'll let you go. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the members area. Any 2 questions really quick? 2 questions. 2 good questions. I'm not going to jip the people and answer a silly question. We're going to answer 2 good questions. Good question. What is the basic mentality should we have to absorb DNA frequencies from high? The basic mentality. They asked that twice. The basic mentality, I would say, attitude is putting the kingdom first. before your food, actually. You see, everybody has a budget for their groceries. Everybody got a budget for their cable bill. You got money for that. But putting the kingdom first, it speaks to your priorities and what you value. So you have to hunger and thirst for that. And it will come naturally to a person who is striving seriously on the path. So just me saying that, I mean, those who are really about that life are going to do that. So that's the mentality. It just has to be in your bones like that. You see, it has to be in your bones like that. There's people that watch 2 videos and join and come to the event. Even in the late stages where it's not cheap. And coming from South Africa, London, Canada. It got to be in your bones. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for right knowledge. So hunger and thirst. That's your attitude and mentality. If you don't have that, you ain't going to make it. Not this time. How would a young lad like myself navigate? How should we manage healthy? Healthy mental health. Well, yeah, that goes into what I was talking about of, staying on the frequency and staying on a high mental plane, right? A lot of times we get caught up in just life and you start to go through depression and dealing with people and trying to figure people out. That's your red flag. You know what? Let me get back to my studies. Let me get back into the source of what I'm dealing with, because that person's a reflection of something that's going on in the mind. It's manifested as an exterior person, but this is an energy I need to tame in my mind. I got to deal with this mentally. So let me get back on the frequency. Let me start reading the hidden self. Let me reread the hidden power. Let me log in and try to see what video Naazir put up or what he's talking about. That type of thing. That's how you navigate that. Could you raise... when you run out of mana? How can we stop intrusive thoughts? Great question. Great question. That's going to be our last and final question. Intrusive thoughts. The first thing I want you to do is clean out. I want you to clean out. I'm getting hungry. You have to clean out. Get your detox teas, your detox drops, and get those parasites and clean up your blood. These entities that are spiritual work in conjunction with parasites that are on the same frequency, right? They're both parasites, one spiritual, other one physical, worms in your gut, to manipulate you into being emotional. They manipulate you into being emotional. When you take your parasite annihilation tea, mark my words, you don't got to believe me. Do the experiment yourself. You're going to become more calm. You're going to have less intrusive thoughts, because the products, all of the products, believe it or not, are in some form or level of a talisman. Everything helps ward off negativity. Intrusive thoughts, intrusive voices, those are not from you. That's something trying to keep your energy down, to get you to be in an argument, get you to be emotional. So detox. You can get the teas or you can get in liquid form. We got both for a reason. You take the liquid ones, you can go on trips and travel everywhere, take it at the job. You get it in. Just follow instructions. Next is you want to make sure you're getting your anointing oils, such as your frankincense and myrrh. You also want to bless and make sure you consecrate yourself when you go to sleep. A lot of these energies, as well as parasites, work in your sleep. Some of y'all thinking it's spiritual because you wake up 3:30 every morning. Ooh, it's the spiritual gateway and all of this. No, when your body gets still, the parasites say, wow, now we can move around. He's sleeping. And those worms begin to kick up activity. That's when they start mating and feeding and all of the other stuff. It's disgusting, but it's the facts. Just like they increase activity, so do the spiritual demons and stuff increase activity to work on you. So you want to bless yourself. frankincense and myrrh. You're going to anoint the soles of your feet. You're going to anoint your heart chakra and your third eye chakra, right? And go to sleep or rest with a spirit of praise upon your lips, a spirit of gratitude upon your lips, right? Invoking powers of protection and fortification, right? And purity. That's how you stop that. Other than that, I would get a personal consultation. I could walk you through some more techniques. That stuff could lead to outright mental illness. Intrusive thoughts, that's serious. And mental illness is when you're being ridden by a demon, pretty much. You're under demonic attack. So that's it for now. Shalom Wadu. I love you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.